All right, it will be time to vote, so please get your papers ready and write down who you will be voting for tonight. If anyone would like to vote first, please raise your hand. All right, Lori wants to go first. Please state who you're voting for and why.
I voted for Lauren. I'm not sure if you can see it. I voted for Lauren. Some of the things that you said just don't add up. For me, anyway.
Anthony, let me unmute you first.
I voted for Lauren. Lauren, I'm really hoping I'm right with this one, Got a good feeling. Hey, I guess we'll just find out. I'm sticking with what I did last week.
Lauren has 2 votes, so it might as well be her.
My vote is for Anthony tonight. Anthony, you are really exposing your game in the last few chats, and I feel like you are being, kind of presidential in your debates. So, I mean, I just think that you're trying to reel people in. You're very eloquent in the way you speak. You're not nervous at all. You're always chilling. So my vote's for you tonight, Anthony.
My vote's for Lauren. I feel like I should have stuck with my gut the first time. So that's why I'm voting for Lauren.
I don't want this to be based on what happened the other night because, Lauren, I genuinely appreciated you apologizing. And again, I apologize. That's not a good way to do things. So this doesn't have anything to do with the other night. I've been given some points that I thought were very good ones, and I'd have my own thoughts on you prior to anybody else. I have to be myself. At the same time, I think that the group has brought up some very valid points. I've been wrong a couple times. I don't want to be wrong tonight, but I feel like you've also brought up some good points that have made me completely rethink a lot of things. Unfortunately, time ran out and it had to go, and I don't want to be flip-flopping because it makes me hypocritical on how I've been doing things. You've stayed in this thought process that you're working by yourself, and you've made it sound like the majority of us have had a witch hunt against you. And if you constantly feel like we're witch hunting you, how can we ever have the expectation that you're working with us as a team to try to figure this thing out? So for that reason, I'm going with Lauren. I've loved getting to know you. I'm sorry.
I voted for L. Only because I'm on to you. So last time you voted for me, right? And then you were saying how like you thought everybody else was going to vote for me, meaning you're only like voting for the person that everybody else is voting for. That's what I kind of want to.
I voted for Lauren. I love you. But yeah, I feel like there have been times where you may have put some shifting onto me, and it felt very weird. And then I try not to go off of that, so then more things popped up. So then I'm going off of all of that.
That leaves Drea.
Why does my vote even matter? Lauren's already gone.
I'll show your vote anyway.
Who I picked? Okay, guys, took me a lot of thought, and I know it's coming like it's left field, and I don't want anyone to get offended, but I voted for Jason, and I'm just kidding. I voted for Lauren. I'm just playing, Jason.
You're all good. You're all good.
Yeah.
Now if I end up murdered, that's a whole different thought.
I drew some pictures, but I voted for Lauren because Lauren, I just didn't like what you said earlier. It was giving, you guys are gonna vote me off, so screw y'all. So I'm like, you say screw us, hey, maybe it's screw you. I hope you come back for another season though.
My initial reaction is not shock. I mean, I told everybody my feelings like from the beginning, so I'm not surprised. I really think that I got by the skin of my teeth on last vote, so I wasn't really shocked. And like I told everybody, I was just being honest that I knew it was going to be me, or something along those lines, because I just knew my name was getting pushed in a different group so hard, so that I just knew it was done for me.
All right, Lauren, you will have about 30 seconds or less to tell the group if you are a traitor or a faithful, and then say your goodbyes.
Well, guys, yeah, so I had already planned like a speech, a going away speech, because I knew tonight was my night. I knew my nights were numbered from the other night. But what shocked me was that I definitely felt like for the first part of the game, I was on the same page with you, Anthony. And then out of nowhere, it seemed like you just started gunning for me. And I feel like you may have been participating in swaying people's minds towards where you wanted to go tonight. So that's just my feeling about it. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Raven, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I do believe that the two of you are either working together in an alliance or working together as traitors. So that's my belief. And I do believe that tonight the rest of the faithfuls are screwed because I am a faithful and I am getting kicked out tonight. So good luck, guys.
Oh, fuck. Wow. Am I glad Lauren is gone? Yes. Because I was literally just, I don't know. I was just tired of going back and forth with Lauren. You know, it seemed like she's always very suspicious. You know, and that may have just very well been her personality. You know, but I don't know. I think that like what she tried to do, what she did while leaving, is so like shady, because it's like now she's like dropping like thoughts in people's head that Raven and I are working together.
Okay, maybe I'm reading too far into things again, but I just felt like Anthony at the beginning, obviously, I was like leaning towards thinking he was a faithful and I was trusting him more in the beginning. And then he did really shock me that one night where he said my name. I think it was a chat with him, Jason, and I. And then he just came out and was like Lauren. And I was like, oh, because it like shocked me. So, ever since then, I haven't heard anybody else saying my name until he brought it up that night. And then he's the one like had a secret, oh, Lori, stick with the plan, stick with the plan. And then in the interrogation, he didn't let Lori, I mean, he could have let Lori talk, but she didn't talk at all. He was like running the whole interrogation. And then they based their vote, they agreed to base their vote on that one single question that he asked me in the interrogation, which he told my answer the wrong way, by the way, in front of the whole entire group.
I knew it was either going to be Lauren was the traitor or Anthony is the traitor. That's what I meant by two teams. So if she was just faithful, I know it's Anthony now. Like the whole time tonight, I knew that she was going to get voted out just like her. That's why I wanted to give her a little comfort before she left. But she got a little bitchy. So, you know, that happens. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm sorry. That's a loss for us. But at least it answers questions on who it is now.
Thank you, Laura. I will see you in your confessional later for your goodbye.
I think she was right. I think we're as faithful as we are fucked.
But we felt very confident. We felt confident. I noticed I was very confident. A part of me was just like, the way she's playing, it's a little too rough in a specific way. And then, yeah, I think a lot of my votes still had to do with like her gunning for me. Like, I think I definitely held on to that. But as I keep saying, I don't know what's going on in these other conversations. So like, you receive this information and you really hold on to it, but like, it could be nothing.
All right, so I got something to say. I never really like thought I didn't think it was Lauren because I didn't, really got any bad vibes from her. Only just a little bit, but not like fully. You know what I'm saying? So my vote was L.
So what? I respect your vote because I did vote for you, but what kind of vibe are you getting from me?
Nah, because I don't know, but like I remember you were saying how like everyone else was going to vote for me, So it's like, oh.
True.
I think Dar's vote for L was justified, definitely, but I thought it was left field. I honestly thought Dar was gonna vote me out because last time he said, what did he say? He said something like, "Oh, he didn't trust me" or some shit like that. He was gonna vote me. I don't know.
It made me think because like, did Elle put me on Lauren on purpose? Or I don't know. It was kind of interesting.
It's good that the suspicion wasn't on me. Dar's vote, though, I just don't think that was the right time to do that. I'm not upset about it, but it was just kind of silly that he did that. I just hope nobody takes a, somebody had made mention that the traitors could vote for each other. And I wish he would have kind of listened to that and maybe saved that. I know that I was deserving of a vote, but he probably could have saved it. Not came out with it like he did, but that's okay.
Elle, she just sits back and just watch everything happen all the time.
Oh my fucking god. But yeah, I feel completely like defeated, and I also feel a little like screwed because she really did paint it out to be me and Anthony, and I really don't think Anthony's a traitor. And I'm pretty sure I'm a faithful, but like, just like everyone said, if it's not them, it's them, and it's just like, fuck, we're the them, we're the other them.
I am not. Hold on. She said a lot of things. I'm definitely not working with Raven. I have no alliance to Raven. I've had multiple conversations with Raven, but it's never been about her. Me eloquently speaking is because I graduated from Columbia, so I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, yes, I am definitely educated. However, I've had multiple outbursts, which kind of like would coincide with what she was saying. My only reason for going with Lauren was tonight is because of the 4 people that I spoke to last night. Like, it pointed towards her that someone was working with her to get back her that information. I know in no way. I came in hot because I was very upset and emotional from the previous night of being voted against.
I didn't think Lauren was a traitor, and that was why I didn't go with my first instinct the other day when her and I kind of had our spat, to just immediately go with her, because I respected and appreciated the way that she was playing. I can't take I get defensive when somebody calls me out thing as a way to call her a traitor, because I'm calling myself a traitor. I do the exact same thing. The only thing I had to go on with her was, for starters, when we had that discussion between her and I, we made amends with that today. And then it became like, I'm going to get drowned out because the group is going with this. And I knew there would be an oddball here, an oddball there. I didn't want to be that person at this point.
Raven and I can't be working together because I was voted out by the traitors.
How diabolical would you have to be to pretend like you were voted out? That doesn't make any sense.
No, listen. Like, I get one thing about me is, you guys can understand, like, I get like emotional, like very easily. Like, I am definitely not a fucking traitor.
Got me thinking about even Anthony. Like, I mean, even like what Lauren like just brought up Anthony. Like, I was just like, why? So it's just, oh wow. I don't think though. I don't think that.
I'll stick with Anthony. I mean, like, I think he's pretty smart. I mean, we were wrong on this one, but maybe not with who else we think. Like, I think Jason, and he thinks Jason, and maybe we're not wrong there. Maybe fingers crossed on that one. I don't know.
And now I'm upset because, like, the target. So out of all of us right now, let's just say, because it's been going back and forth, either one or two traitors. There's definitely a fucking target on my back right now, and there's definitely going to be on one Raven's back, because guess what? She just dropped this bomb and said that she thinks we're working together. Not fucking, at this point, I don't want to work with anybody, because obviously, like, the direction that I'm going is completely, absolutely wrong. At this point, we're fucking all traitors. Like, I don't know who to fucking trust anymore. Like, I've had very, like, emotional conversation with all of you in this fucking chat right now. And, like, I went into this saying, listen, this is exactly, we need to fucking get a fucking traitor out. And now it's just like, fuck, back to, like, square one. I don't have an idea who it is anymore. Like, I am really just kind of, like, up in arms. I don't know if it's one traitor, two traitors, multiple, 3. So I don't know anymore.
I'm in this situation where I'm now stuck on a keep your friends close and the traitors closer situation, because, like I've told you, I'm trying to stay on a good side of both, because I don't want to be murdered and I don't want to be voted off. But as a result of that, I either have to always be, it feels like, the leader and saying this is who we should go with, or I finally listen to the critiques that have happened to from others before, that sometimes I need to just shut up. And unfortunately, I'm starting to feel like if I don't use my voice at times, we're going against things that I think I was right to begin with. And if I sit back quietly or just go along with the group, well, then I'm just going with the flock, and that's not really my character.
I got to go back in the notes and try to figure out. Guys, I honestly have no idea. And if tonight's my last night, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, or tomorrow. But like, this is just fucking, it's insane, man. But I swear to you, not fucking working with Raven. The only person I was working with like people as far as like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? That's it.
I don't want to talk to my gut, my intuition, my heart, my brain. They're all saying different things. They're like saying different things. And like even tonight, like I wasn't even necessarily excited, but I felt so confident out of all of my votes. I felt the most confident in this one. And then like, and that's why I even said, just throw intuition out the freaking window. No, this has been a mind-boggling game.
I was wrong, and I'll admit I was wrong on my faithfulness, but like she did give me she did make me question her on a few things.
It was just so inconsistent all the time.
Yeah. Oh my god, this fucking sucks, dude. Because I think I'm the only one that's really like suspicious of Elle. Not anymore though, actually, because Dar's now suspicious, so I actually would like to talk to them about that.
Yesterday was by far one of the most difficult and challenging.
I'm sure. Dude.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, you know, because I was really confident about just everything, you know. I'm thinking about like the one-on-ones I had, everything. It was just really bad, you know. And then I don't know, I just kind of like walked away with it, like, what's going on?
Right? I was like, I was so wrong. I was so wrong. It kind of made me remember a little bit like Elle was the first person to actually talk to me about Lauren. She was the first one who ever like asked me, hey, did you know about the Mike and Drea drama? And I was like, I'm not a clue. Couldn't do the shots that day. Yeah. And she was like, oh, okay, well, Lauren was this and this. I mean, Elle was the one who told me about that originally. And then I'm like, So I'm like, I'm so confused right now, dude.
I had conversation with everybody last night. And Dar, I was speaking to Dar. It was me, Dar, and Jason in a room. And Dar was like, yeah, so I'm 100%. He didn't say 100%, but he was like, I'm really leaning towards Drea. And then we're like, so is that who you're going to vote for? And he's like, yeah, I'm definitely going to vote for Drea.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at like, so everyone voted for Lauren, except for she voted for me, and Dar voted for Elle.
Yeah.
So I was just like, the thing is like, I'm starting to question myself.
Yeah.
But I just don't know.
If I wouldn't have taken good notes, like I wouldn't have like caught that probably. But like, now I'm back on to Drea and Raven. I guess I have not a clue, dude.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know. That was who I was originally going with, was Mike, Raven, and Drea. And I'm like, I'm blown away, but like still got a game to play, still got to figure shit out. I
don't want to say anything because I don't think we can afford to lose any more faithfuls.
Exactly.
Like, listen, if you guys are like, hey, listen, Anthony, we found out some info. This is who we're voting for. Okay, you got my vote. Like,
oh, dude, you're my interrogator. Come on, you could do this. We could do this.
So, are we taking Jason off the traitor list?
Yeah, I guess, because, like, dang, dude.
Okay. So then that leaves Dar, Raven, Drea, and Elle. Of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 of them are traitors.
Yep.
Our fucking ratio of getting people is really bad, Lord.
Look at this game, but that's alright. I'm having fun.
Could Raven be working with Elle or Drea? Like Raven and Drea would be a good.
Yeah, a good set.
But what if Mike was right about Dar?
Right? Oh no, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is now because like you just don't. I don't really know who to like join up with. You know, like
exactly. I'm like I know, man.
And that's
I
you.
know, like I know me and Anthony, but like I don't know who else. Like, I think we have a plan.
So here's the thing, right? We gotta have like a code word or something that I can type in the text.
Yeah.
If we can come up with like numbers for Dar, if you just come up with and let me know. Like
Okay.
so we have Dar left.
Dar will be 1. Raven will be 6.
Okay.
Drea will be 10.
Okay.
And L will be 23.
Okay. Dar is 1, Raven 6, Drea 10, L 23.
Yeah. So we have like a number system. Like who we're gonna vote for that night. We're gonna kind of go off of one another. We have like just random numbers assigned to Dar, Raven, Drea, L, and Jason. Just random numbers assigned, and then that way we know that we're on the same page at least.
So what do you think of last night?
I think I fucked up.
Yeah, me too. I don't think Anthony is though, because that would be crazy.
Right.
I mean, to come in, I mean, that would be pretty diabolical for him to say all that stuff and then be a traitor. So,
right. Like I don't like. I mean, there were inconsistencies with Lauren, and I'm so sorry, sweetie, but
yeah,
there was, and that's what caught my attention to her to begin with. I mean, like, yeah, just
she didn't want to work with anyone, and that's what made it really suspect, you know?
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Jason. I hate it's breaking my heart, but I'm leaning towards Jason. Because I had a word with him, because I asked him, I said, why did you flip on Mike so fast? And he said, well, there was just so many things, and you know, Mike kept saying he was going to tell us something. I said, don't you think that it's good strategy not to lay everything on the table? Because if you do, a traitor's going to grab it and run with it.
Yeah.
But Mike gave me information, and you know, I'm sure he's given him information.
Yeah.
But you know, you've got to figure out what you. But it's so weird that he just flipped.
So, what do you think about Dar?
I think Dar voted for me out of revenge because I voted for him.
Aw.
I do. I was in a chat with him and Anthony, and I said, I'm really sorry, Dar. Some of the stuff that Mike said made sense, but then I was really concerned because he said the same things about Amuncio. So, you know, was he just grabbing at straws? I don't know.
Right.
And I said, I wasn't confident in my vote for you, and I'm really sorry. And he was like, that's okay, I understand. But then he turned around and voted for me.
He said he changed his mind in the middle, and I
know. He's like, I'm sure he just wanted revenge.
That she thinks it's Jason. Dar, he seems like he's pretty on the level. Elle also seems like she's on the level. Elle is also the one that told me about the Mike and Drea drama and said that Lauren started it. So, like, I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see, like, how she does in like public chats or.
He plays like he played. I don't know if you've seen his other game.
I have not been able to find Dar.
Yeah, he was on the last game with Jason. Jason and Dar were in the same game.
Oh, Jason and Dar were in the same game.
Yeah, because he very much plays that. If you like me, keep me. If you don't like me, you vote me out. And I think that he's not understanding that's not how this one works. It's not about if I like you or not. Are you a traitor or not? And the thing about Jason, I wanted to align with Jason because he was super loyal on that show. But he did throw one of the women under the bus towards the middle of the game.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, he's gonna do the same damn thing, man.
Yeah.
Same damn thing. So you gotta have that in the back of your mind.
Right.
But Mike was right. Statistically, one of the 4 that are returning players, or returning gamers could probably be.
Probably. I mean, it sounds more like it because I mean, like they know how the game works. They, you know.
I'm hoping I put a little bug in her ear about Jason. I kind of want Jason to implode on himself tomorrow. So we'll see if that happens. That's my goal.
Man, yesterday was well, I gotta apologize, brother. I apologize for coming to you like that, because I was thrown off by what Elle had said, and I was like, man, fucking Jason's doing me dirty, brother. So
Hey,
you know,
so can I ask you exactly what that was? Because I've got a thought on. There's some Elle stuff too. Anyway, so
Yeah.
go ahead. What did Elle say that made you think like? Did you think I was a traitor or that I wasn't telling you the truth?
yeah, she was so she didn't go into specifics, but what she said was like you were doing like some shady things. So I had a conversation with Elle and Dar like last night, bro. Like I had a conversation with everyone from about like 7:30 all the way down to like 9, and it was like back to back conversations.
Okay.
So I was in the conversation with Dar and Elle, and Elle was just like, hey Dar, you definitely gotta like keep your eyes open for Jason. And then we were like, well, what do you mean? She's like, well, he's having inconsistencies. And then Dar was like, well, what do you think? And I was like, well, I don't have like an alliance with him, but like he's been pretty straightforward with me.
Right.
And I was like, well, if you think that way, then start paying attention to what he's saying. See if you catch him anything.
Mm-hmm.
Elle was just like, no, you have to like look out for him. And I was like, okay, all right. What like specifically, like what was going on? She was just like, I don't know. I just like he doesn't he's been on my radar. And I was like, okay.
I've of course felt the shift of Elle ever since the Mike situation, and constantly wondered if there was going to be a comeback from that. She seemed to become more and more comfortable speaking about me in front of the group, and at a time directed her issues with me right to me. So Anthony coming in and coming clean that it was Elle who put some things into his mind. So this all stems from the Mike thing. And
Yeah.
that's why it was important. So there's nothing new there. Remember when I was going on about the Mike thing? And I went out of my way to say, and I even came to you at the very beginning when this all started.
Yeah.
To say, like, let's not go after each other just because we've been on a show before. I don't know Mike. Mike doesn't know me. He was on like the podcast judging me and how I acted on the previous show. So I was like, this dude's going to hate on me and I'm going to hate on him right from the beginning. And I don't want that to be a thing. And that included Dar and Dot. That I said, like, dude, we can't all be going after each other because then we're going to get removed. And that's going to already paint enough of a bad picture because that's going to come up. And I'm going to put it out there pretty much from the very beginning because Mike's been on so many of them, there was no way. So my introduction from Elle, honest to God, came because when she first introduced herself to me, she was going on and on about what a huge fan of me and Mike's she was and how heartbroken she was when I got voted off of the previous show. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I just told Mike, like, I don't want us attacking each other. This should be a straightforward thing where everybody gets a fresh start. And certainly I sucked in the last game, so I hope I'm at least better at this. And it was kind of like the end of it. Later that night, Mike and I talked, and Mike was like, hey, just so you know, that Elle woman that's on right now, she seems really, really loyal. So let's kind of stay away from her. She's good, man. Like, she's somebody that's going to be on her side. And I was like, okay, cool, man. Awesome. So that was where that was right then and there. Yeah. Later that night, Dot, Mike, and me were on a conversation, and Mike had explained to me earlier that him and Dot in a previous season, some show I never even knew existed, had an issue. And so Mike was telling me, like, hey, you need to tell Dot what you just told me about let's not attack each other. We don't want to go after one another and kill each other off before we even have a chance. And so at the very end of it, Mike's words to Dot were, are you cool with us all three at least working together for right now? And we all went out of our way to say, like, that's a right now thing. I consistently said that doesn't mean I don't think anybody might be a traitor. And that was when I started with the one of the four of us have to and must be one.
Yeah.
The moment Mike got voted off, dude, and this is why I voted you safe tonight, and I'm worried for myself, is now I've come to think that maybe Elle has been with Mike all along, and even though Mike wasn't a traitor, Elle may be, and she brought him on board, or she had so much knowledge through him. The moment that I voted him out, she has completely turned on me. And I knew yesterday when she said one of the people that I trust is acting a little shady, I called her out on it and said straight up, like, I know you're talking about me. What do you think is shady? And she was like, I just don't understand why you would have flipped on Mike so quick. It was a struggle for me the last couple days because I think I feel vibes very good when it comes to a conversation, and I felt like Anthony's had shifted greatly the other day, and I needed some answers for that, and I felt like his explanation for what my questions were really, really good. If anything, it took any concern I had about Anthony away and placed it elsewhere, which I needed.
I'm feeling some type of way after last night's vote.
Tell me about it. Tell me how you feeling.
Yeah, okay, so I went down like a rabbit hole earlier and I was just like, I feel like the next person, like, because it wasn't Lauren and because like there was this whole like mix of it's either their side or their side. I just feel like it's gonna land on me tonight or whenever we do a vote starter.
So basically, I voted L, right? But I'm gonna tell them that Drea is the traitor. If I would have voted her on the thing, I'm gonna say if I would have voted her on the thing, she would have took me out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's smart or not, but I'm gonna do it. So all right, so I'm gonna tell everyone this. Now I'm only talking to you first because I haven't really talked to you. So basically, Anthony and Jason knows this. I think the traitor is Drea. I could be wrong, but I think the traitor is Drea. And I was going to vote her last night, but I want to still play the game. And I'm already know if I would have voted her, she would have got me out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I voted L. So
Oh,
like
okay,
I was
okay.
like, yeah. So I'm gonna talk to L because I'm gonna tell her because I wasn't really trying to target L. I had voted her because I didn't want to vote Drea. No one else voted for Drea, and I didn't want to get kicked out. I want to play till the end, at least
Yeah.
till the end. You know what I mean? I still want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
play.
yeah.
So you know what I
No,
mean?
literally,
So
I'm the
I'm gonna.
same way. Yeah.
I was thinking smarter. You know what I mean? Because I didn't. I want to play for as long as I can.
No, that totally even makes sense. I know because I even noticed like your explanation for L was even shorter. I was gonna even talk to you about that too because my assumptions have been L, but like now that I even look back because I like started going down this like rabbit hole of who would be next. I don't think it's L. I
I
really
think it's
don't.
Drea. My mind is telling me that it's one left, and my mind is telling me that it's Drea.
That chat went good. It went a little bit more different than what I anticipated. Like with his reasoning for L, I was thinking he was more on like the idea of like what I was thinking with L, but I also like listened to him and validated his reasons for Drea, which I've also been a little bit suspicious of because of just certain things that were maybe here there said or brought up in specific ways, and then not seeing her for specific meetings and stuff like that. So it's like, maybe they're just buying time essentially. I went down rabbit holes today of like what can happen next, like with these votes and everything. And I just got off a call with Dar, and both of us feel like more suspicion toward. Still feel my suspicion towards L, but Dar feels very like set with even Drea. I feel like the traitor last night was voting with us, so I feel like one of them voted for Lauren, and it's like, and I feel like they're following our pattern because they're watching like the sides. Like if it's not her, it's her.
Yeah.
So I feel like if y'all were to vote me out, or if I get offed, that if like, then it's either L, Dar, Jason next, and they're just gonna be taking y'all down.
Yeah, that's how I feel, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've not made it a secret. Like I've said before, I thought it was Mike, Raven, and Drea, and like I've talked to you, and like I haven't had much time with you, but like seeing the interactions and stuff, I'm like, I'm not so sure about Raven. Like I think she's a faithful, and like you're like, but like I'm not sure about like Drea. I'm really not sure about her. I'm not sure about Elle. I'm not sure about anything anymore. I'm like, holy shiitake mushrooms, man.
Like I feel like I have full trust in you, Anthony, and Dar. And then at this point it's Dar or Drea, Jason, and Elle. that
Yeah.
would be the ones to watch. But Jason, like, nah, man.
Like, no way.
Oh,
Like, I don't
yeah. Yeah. So
know. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just trying to stay calm and keep my brain like thinking about it and working about it, because I'm just like, I don't want to be voted out, man. It would be so bad. I feel like Lori is, I swear to God, I feel like Lori is a true faithful, and I actually had an epiphany earlier, and I was like, Ashley was a big note taker too. And Lori's a big note taker. And I feel like there's a possibility that they could have been working together with being note takers, because who would want to get rid of their note takers? Like, she's our bookkeeper. Why would we want to vote her out? So I just went down that. I'm not bringing that up to the group though. I'm way too nervous for that. But that's my own personal little watchfulness about Lori. But I think, I swear to God, I think I trust Lori, because again, she's our bookkeeper and she keeps an eye on people, and she does bring things up.
You need to add a number 65 to the one just in case.
Oh my goodness. I lag so bad.
You good, Tar?
Yeah, I'm good. Alright, can y'all... Alright. So how y'all feeling about it?
What part?
The whole thing.
I messed up.
I want y'all to know now that I only picked L because the original vote that I had, I didn't want them to, to get me out the game yet. I want to stay in the game.
Who?
The person that I think is a traitor.
Who do you think is a traitor?
I could be wrong, but I didn't vote that person because that person is going to go straight for me, and I want to stay in the game.
So you think that if you would have voted for Drea, she would have took you out?
Yeah, 100%.
Y'all give me stress. I need this right now. I am so stressed out. Because, okay, I'll tell you what I told Lori and Dar. I went down a rabbit hole. So I was like, yesterday, I believe the traitor voted Lauren. I believe. And then I believe they're watching us do a pattern, and they're basically following our moves.
That's what I was saying.
If it wasn't her, it's her. So I think if it's me next, then it's going to be L, Jason, or Dar next. And I think they're just following, like literally following everyone's roles, or like who everyone's voting for.
Sorry. I have a reason why I'm voting people. I'm not like just following people.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying like with El and Drea, because they're only voting because of what other people tell them.
The rabbit hole essentially for me was that, and I tried my best to explain it as I was going with everyone else, was that the traitor, I believe, is like basically watching us and following our moves and like listening in and voted for Lauren last night. So I think this rabbit hole for me was that if Lauren gets voted out, then, and it was of course if it's not them, it's them, then I believe I would be next if we're going down this way. And then, in my opinion, they're going to either vote for, well, I changed my mind, actually. It's either, now, with all this information, it's either Drea or Elle if one of them isn't voted before me. And then, so that leaves basically Jason, Lori, Anthony, and Dar. Because who knows Andrea and Elle right now, besides them. And I would just be, all four of them, I would just be appalled to find out if they're traitors. Yeah, I have Elle, Drea, and Jason circled, me personally. I don't really think Jason. I don't want to think Jason. I don't want to think any of y'all at this point. Because I'm done.
But the reality is, of the 7 of us, 2 are traitors. Or 3 or 4 or 5. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I really fucking know anymore.
Hey, I have a
Jason!
question for
How you
Jason
doing,
and Dar.
Logan?
Did you guys ever work together?
Were you talking to me, Lori?
Yes,
So
sir.
what?
You and Dar.
What do you mean? Did we ever work together?
Were y'all ever on a show together?
Yes, but we never got a
Yeah.
chance to work on a show together. The previous one, Dar, I don't remember if you were out first or I was, but neither one of us made it very far, so we never
I was
got
out
to.
first. It was
Oh,
because
you-
we're the other show. We were like on two different teams.
Yeah,
And Jason was on opposite teams, so we didn't really,
we got to compete against each other in one of the games, and then he was gone and I was gone.
That's how it was.
Jason, I don't know. He's loud, but like, and then every psych evaluation that you ever tried to read or anything, they say that the loud ones they double down on deception, and I'm like, holy crap, I get no reading off of that man. Like, I mean, he told me that he thought it was Dar on the guy's side.
I will tell you, Jason, and I'm gonna tell everybody else. I've only picked L because I didn't want the traitor to, eliminate me. Because no one else picked the person that I wanted. It's cool. You know what I mean? Because
I was definitely going to ask you because that L thing came completely up and out of nowhere. I know for a long time she's been very upset and thinks that I'm the one that got rid of Mike for some crazy reason. I guess my vote was all that mattered.
I want to play for as long as I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get eliminated.
No, I'm glad you explained it. It kind of came out of nowhere, and like, you don't owe an explanation by any means. I mean, it was out there. It was very Dar. Like, hey, I'm gonna do something that nobody's gonna do. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's all good.
With Jason, I'm gonna keep an eye out because I notice he's been extra friendly. But of course, that's Jason. I love Jason. Jason's been really friendly. He's been very considerate. So I don't want to take that like as a tell. But anything could be a tell at this point.
Hey, L.
Yeah.
L. Hey, I want to let you know that I was not targeting you. I was trying to save myself from the traitor. Don't come at me, you know what I'm saying?
Iris, I voted for you.
Unless you're a traitor,
no
huh?
hard feelings. No.
That's silence for a second.
I did find it funny, but I deserve that. I totally deserve that vote.
Nah, it's because like my original vote, I don't think a lot of people know, but I probably talked about it some other time maybe. But my original vote was going to be another person, but I didn't want to get voted out of the game because I want to stay in the game.
Now I'm feeling like a horrible freaking faithful because not one of my fucking votes been working.
Is right.
No.
Right? Oh my
So
God.
Anthony, for what it's worth, that speech that Lauren gave, that was ridiculous. I mean, you'd have to be super diabolical to come in and tell us that, hey, they tried to vote me out, and no, that was just crazy.
We were not working together on that either. First off, I don't have any alliances. I still stand faithful, and like I hope he still trusts me. I felt like he was really like making it very clear that he wasn't working with me, which we weren't working together, but we were working as a team, in my opinion, because we've never made an alliance together. But it did make it. I understand that he had to like defend himself because Lauren definitely put it out there that it's both of us. I don't think it's him still, and it's obviously not me. I checked. So I hope I hope he trusts me. I hope he still trusts me. Okay, so before my time runs out, I think personally the traitor voted for Lauren. One of the traitors voted for Lauren last night, and that is like my only assumption, and I feel like they're going down this pattern of watching everyone just pick each other off. Like
but didn't everyone but Dar? I mean, I'm
Dar and Lauren technically didn't. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like Dar's the only one, so I'm like, I mean, makes more sense. I don't know if Dar is.
I don't think he is, and I think he only voted me because I voted him. That was just a revenge vote.
Yeah, I personally think so too. For me, I'm definitely going to be a little bit more, I guess, not open with my vote with this next one because I'm a little nervous No, because we've been sharing our strategies with.
No
the
doubt.
Traitors.
Just keep strumming that music when we start, Raven. It eases the tension a little bit.
Literally, it's helping. I'm not gonna tell the names because I noticed I was more honest and vocal about who I was voting for, and like being like open about it. Like with Lauren, I think I was like, no, I wasn't like that with Mike. But it's been very clear, more likely than of who we were voting for. And I think all of us were kind of doing that because we've been trusting each other. But I think now that after this Lauren vote, I think it's definitely I feel like it's definitely put a target on my back. And I think all of us are just feeling a little anxious about who we're now sharing information with.
All right, Elle. Second round of just you and I.
What do you think? I was so sure it was Lauren. I was so sure.
Well, let's go more to the how often that you are now speaking about how I might be a traitor and I'm doing a lot of shady stuff. Let's go.
I have not said that to anyone except for you and I.
I don't think that's the case, so I'll give another one more time because I thought we were pretty good and it was set up. So did you have conversations before you and I kind of cleared the air yesterday? Because that's what I'm hoping.
I had conversations with Lori. Yeah.
I believe that she blatantly lied to me repeatedly, and I do firmly believe that Lori asked the question about Dar and I because Elle told Lori that Dar and I are working together or that we'd previously been on a show, which I put out there. I think I was very honest when I said amongst the group as I was part of the elimination of Mike that we did have an agreement and an understanding at the very beginning. So I haven't lied about any of that, but I think that Elle has taken the opportunity to kind of place emphasis on it seeming I'm a traitor. So definitely at one point you had some issues with you and I before you and I talked. But
I talked, because I was really worried about how you flipped. I don't want to be a Susan, Jason.
No, I get it. I understand, but I don't feel like it's me flipping on you this time. To be honest, yesterday started with you giving me you're a traitor and have murder me vibes. 100%. And I was heartbroken. And then for her to bring up a character from a past show just absolutely blew my mind, and it made me wonder, like, if her mind is wondering that far to what kind of diabolical things I'm doing, what is she trying to do against me, and how much is she saying? I know you feel that I did wrong with this whole thing, and I am truly sorry. I do believe you were loyal to
the Mike vote. It really made me suspicious.
But then right here, when I just said, like, I thought we were good or whatever, and you say, I never said anything other than between you and I, you know that is not 100% true. That is not.
In the group, I said it. I didn't say your name. I said
I mean in individual chats. My name was definitely come out.
Just Lori.
But well.
Because I trust Lori. I think Lori.
I do too. I don't know how detached she came from me, but today really reiterated to me that she took Mike's elimination very seriously, and I don't know what the connection is. I haven't figured out with him too. Obviously I won't, but she's genuinely devastated and holds me 100% responsible for Mike's elimination. Elle, I'm going to ask you one time, in all honesty, do you think I'm a traitor in this game?
I didn't up until the Mike vote.
Okay. But I thought I gave you a pretty good explanation. Lori, the main thing with Lori is she has such great notes. Nothing is inconsistent with my one screw up with the whole you and Lauren thing. And that's just apparently me getting involved in something that I wasn't. I explained to you the best I could with the Mike thing. It doesn't make me a traitor. I swear to you, I am not a traitor, and I'm 100% when I tell you.
It doesn't make you a traitor, but it does make me have to
really... And I'm going through the same thing with you, and I'm concerned that if we don't figure it out soon, one of us are going to hurt the other, and we're going to look back in a year and go, oh my God, we at least still had one another. But I'm telling you, I have just... I left our conversation yesterday feeling like we were all right, and then more came out that what you're saying, it was just Lori that you brought me up. So now I have to question the same way you were questioning me.
It is, if I was a faithful, right? I when I go into this, I have to put myself in the shoes of a faithful. If I was a faithful, I would think Jason is suspect as hell with the way that he's behaving, and it's like trying to force me to say that he's a faithful. I'm like, that was just the most ridiculous conversation. And it's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say you're not suspect.
So I hurt that Mike isn't here, especially with him being wrong. And I believe he was going to help us out, but it was never all the way to the end. And you can ask him when you get a chance. I went with the information that I had and what I was being told. And I don't want to make that mistake twice. If somebody's more trying to stir up more of a pot between you and I that isn't there. I just want to feel
There
better
isn't.
about this.
I mean, Raven and I don't really talk. Dre and I don't really talk.
How do you feel about them two as traitors?
Well, let me tell you who I look at it as who I don't think are traitors, right? And right now, I absolutely don't think. I'm looking at my list. That's why I'm looking over here. I don't think Anthony and Lori. Those are the only two certified. Because there's no way Anthony's going to come in and say that he tried to vote him out, and nobody.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
The reaction from Drea, from Ashley, those two, I think, 100% not traitors. I don't.
Well, I see you left me out of that list. I appreciate you being honest, because it at least allows me to.
You're not on the top of my list, right? You're not on the top of my list. Dar and Raven, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, I can't keep coming back to the same thing. Mike's no longer in it. I want to continue to work with you the best I can, because that part did not change. And even going into that, I hurt, but I did feel that it was going to be okay, because me and you still had each other. It was going to work out. I never, until all of this has occurred, had any second thought about you being a traitor. But at this point, again, I'm not going to continue to beg and plead with it, especially when I flat out ask you, did you say anything about me? And the answer was no, only to Lori. Then that means others are lying.
Who else would I talk to?
And I don't believe for one second that other people are that people that don't have any connection to one another would be saying the exact same thing. So it's okay. And then I understand. And my advice would be, if you really think that I'm a traitor and you turn out to be a traitor, murder me, because you'll make it easier on yourself. And if you're not a traitor, try to vote for me, and it will end up the exact same way it did with Lauren, because we see how that ended. It's going to be the same. I'm not a traitor. I may have made a mistake with my gameplay, because as you know from the previous show, I'm not that good at this. I'm putting myself out there. I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard, but I did have trust in you, and I hate that it's gotten to this where I just don't feel better, or that you trust me more now. So I appreciate the honesty. Yeah, I am sorry.
That's okay. So for him to turn that around, well, then I'm not going to say I'm going to say you're suspect. Like, do whatever you have to do. But he's just, you give him enough rope and he's just going to hang himself all over the place. So and after the Drea vote last night, where she said she voted Jason, and I saw his reaction to that before she said, just kidding, it was Lauren, I thought, it's a good opportunity there. So Jason's pissed.
Oh, at what? I mean?
No, at me, because I won't say I don't think he's a traitor. He even cut the chat short and didn't even use up all his time.
Why? Wait, what?
Because he asked me who I thought was suspicious, and I said, okay, let me start with who I don't think is suspicious. I said, I don't think it's Anthony, and I don't think it's Drea. He said, what about me? I said, I really don't know about you anymore. And he got pissed.
All right, so let me explain myself why I picked you. They're on. She looked kind of hurt. I ain't gonna lie. She looked kind of hurt. She's probably like, "What the heck?" Yeah, they're on to us. It was like the traitor is not gonna pick, the person. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go against you, and then I told them, I was like, I only picked you because I didn't want the traitor to vote me out. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I'm telling them that the traitor is Drea. So
is Drea?
Yeah. Well, I'm targeting Drea.
I'm going to definitely push for Drea, and I'm not giving up on that on our next nightly vote out. I'm not giving up on Drea, because that little thing at the end.
I know it's coming, like it's left field, and I don't want anyone to get offended, but I voted for Jason, and I'm just kidding. I voted for Lauren. I'm just playing, Jason.
You're all good. You're all good.
Yeah.
Now if I end up murdered, that's a whole different thought.
When she said Jason's name and then held up Lauren's, I think I can use that to make Jason even more suspicious. We really need to get Drea out. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I need to make Jason look suspicious as hell. Remember her vote? Because she said, I vote Jason. Oh, just kidding. I'm voting Lauren. I need to make Jason paranoid as hell. It's got to be Drea this time.
Are you sure? It's gonna make me look suspicious because I've been targeting Drea a lot.
Because if we take Drea out of it, then we only really have to worry about Lori, Raven, and Anthony because Jason's going to screw it up for himself. They're going to vote him next. I know they're going to vote Jason. So then we at the end it'll be Lori, Raven, and Anthony.
Everyone trusts Jason. They seem to trust Jason though.
Lori not. I talked to Lori tonight and she was a little. She's like it was.
Jason. Yeah, Jason. Was it Jason or Anthony? They said that Lori and Jason were cool. So
Jason's trying to do too much.
He is. I ain't gonna lie.
He says, "Well, okay, if you don't think I'm a traitor, then I think if you think I'm a traitor, well, I think you're a traitor, and you're probably going to murder me tonight." And I'm like, "Whatever, Jason."
Who do you think that they
We got to think. The ending is coming up soon, right? So who do we want to be left with? We don't want to be left with Drea because Drea will call our asses out.
Yeah, Drea. All right, true.
We want to be left with Lori, Raven, and Anthony. And if we get to vote one of those three off, we either vote off Lori or Anthony because they'll vote with us to suspect Raven.
But who did they save though? And the other thing, the other plot twist with when they saved Anthony, that was funny, bro. When he came in, I was so confused. I was like, man, we failed. But hey, it worked out good because Anthony thought it was, Lauren.
So if we vote Drea out and then they vote Jason out, that leaves us, that's the final 5, is me, you, Lori, Raven, and Anthony. If we take Jason and if we take Drea further,
yeah, everyone knows
Raven
that.
And Anthony, everybody knows Drea is a faithful because of how she reacted to Ashley. So they're gonna trust her in the end. I think it's time we gotta let her go. They trust her too much. I know you hate it.
No, I'm trying to think. No, I'm just trying to think of my of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk in like no fucking way. Drea's going, bro. That's crazy. And I'm gonna be like, fuck. I'm gonna react.
And it's gonna make Jason look suspicious as hell because she said that at the end. She says, "Oh, my vote's for Jason." Oh, never mind. It's for Lauren.
Actually, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go in that bitch. I'm gonna have a straight face. I'm like, no. Bro, that's so funny.
I don't know how bad it really is for Dar's game, and I don't know why he's been targeting Drea because that's gonna make him look suspicious targeting Drea. I mean, at this point, everybody should know that Drea is not a traitor. I mean, with her reaction from Ashley, there's no way she could have faked that. So, in a faithful shoes, I would say I would be leaning towards Drea being a faithful.
They don't even have a clue that it's us right now.
None. They have no clue.
That's insane.
But we got to get rid of the people that they trust. So Anthony trusts Drea. Everybody loves Lori, right? But we've got to keep somebody at the end that everyone's a little sus of, and that's been Raven. So I don't want to get rid of Raven because we could utilize her at the end of the game because they're going to have to vote with us the final time. And if we can get them to vote Raven, then we win. We basically win the game.
Okay, let's get Dre out. I got my whole thing in the head now. So we're voting Drea tonight. Sorry, Drea.
Sorry, cool. Drea. You're too cool because she would have been on to us the next round. She would have.
This little vote with Drea, I don't agree to it, but it's cool. There's no one else that we could have did really. Yeah, that's gonna mess me up bad. I've been going for Drea for a minute. I told everyone in there that I was going for Drea.
It was Elle and Drea. That's just the two people that I got in mind.
I know, and you've been pretty hard on Drea.
And like I said with everybody else, if it's not Elle, it's Drea, and if it's not Drea, it's Elle.
And I felt that way about Mike and Drea, but now I feel that way that it was either Elle or Mike. Because, dude, if you haven't noticed, ever since me and you voted Mike, Elle has just come at us and come at us and come at us.
Saying.
I can't, dude. Hey, Dar, why I've got you real quick and we do talk later. And if something pops up, I'll ask you when we get to it.
All right.
Were you in a chat the other night with 3 people total?
With 3 people? It was just the other night. It was you,
I wasn't involved. I may have been talked about, but I wasn't in it.
It was me, you, and Anthony. That was the only 3 chat that I did.
So you were never in a conversation with you, Anthony, and L?
What was I? I'm trying to think. Yesterday?
No, 2 nights ago when we all had those like mixed back and forth, and L was in there. Was there a situation where you, L, and Anthony were all talking?
I don't know. I can't really remember.
I mean, Jake, I don't know if Jason trusts me fully right now.
L has just completely turned on. It's been me, you, or Dar constantly. L literally told me yesterday that you were right at the top of her list. I know I'm on her list from multiple people telling me she's saying I said or I did something shady, and I'm going to bring it up probably. I wouldn't bring you guys into that. I think we all have suspicions about Drea. I'm just in a battle like...
But, hey, I'm telling you, if it's not Drea, it's L. If it's not L, it's Drea.
Well,
100%.
I don't know, man, but I know Drea and me go back and forth like in a game type way. L saying I'm doing or saying something shady or this and that. I'm just so convinced it's like traitor type stuff. And if I end up dead, I think one of the 2 of them just got rid of me. Anthony.
What up, player?
Buddy. Hey, see how that's supposed to work? When somebody comes in, you like don't stop and stop talking. You just, hey, buddy, how are you?
No,
so
I need to see the shirt of the day.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, it's so
Like
cute.
that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love your shirt. Okay.
Basically, it's me.
I was about to say you're wearing your own self-portrait.
Oh, what's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy? I'll start. I was just telling both of them about the turn that L has had on me since the moment that I voted against Mike. I don't know if she had this like theory that we were riding it to the end because she knew me and Mike from a different show, or me, her, and Dar and Mike were going to create this like huge team or something. But man, the stab in the back has been the title of the show on how fast L turned on me. So I don't know what's going on. I've tried now twice to be like, I'm so sorry I hurt your feelings, like, but
nah, she's up a blood, brother.
I get it, like that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, like, I think I have to bring it up amongst the whole group, and I didn't say anything. Go ahead. I'm sorry, lady.
No, you're good, loves. Did she give reason as to why I'm on the top of her list? I'm curious.
No, I think I made, like, when I said, do you really think that I'm a traitor? She was like, well, you're not at the top of my list. Okay, let's talk about that list then. Because if that one's different than the previous one, then obviously it's changed.
He was telling everybody that I thought he was a traitor, and then I was trying to tell everybody he was a traitor, and it was exactly what I thought he was going to do. He's very predictable.
Because I was even talking about, like, there's this rabbit hole of if it's not them, it's them. And we've been literally doing that since the Amancio, Mike, I think because of the Mike vote. I don't know. Anyways, so I was saying specifically, if I get voted out, I believe that it would be either Dre or Dar, L, or Jason. Also, hi, L. It would be Dar, L, or Jason next.
The more that I talk with Raven, the more that I think I'm starting to lean towards Raven as being a traitor. Because sometimes when people like to talk in circles and it makes it come across as they're so invested in what they're saying that it's like, oh my God, she's trying to figure something out, but it's not really coming out.
Right. Oh, you're alive. Oh my God, thank God.
There you are, Lori.
Here's Lori.
Okay, because it's a results night. And
sorry I'm late, guys.
There you go.
Wait, were you late or was 8:20 your time?
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
No.
All right, well, that's what we're talking about then.
We're just talking about this, bro.
No, I'm
just talking about this, bro.
Done. I'm
done. I'm done with this game. I'm done with this game. I'm done.
I knew those motherfuckers was gonna off me because it was literally no one else. They got Laura out, and I feel like they knew that I was gonna come for them. So everything was just too obvious, and I'm really sad about it.
Like, I kind of expected it, but I didn't expect it. I actually didn't expect her to be off. I expected her more to be voted out. So that was more of a, like, surprise, and that's why I keep going down this, like, rabbit hole of who's next and what the traitor's thinking.
Guys, I love you all, but I don't trust any of you now.
No, we're fucked.
Crazy, bro.
We're absolutely fucked.
I'm literally mind fucked. I don't even know
No, we're
what to
not.
say.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
We're not.
We're not mind fucked.
Man, I was wrong again. Shit.
Think of number 65. Think of number 65, Anthony.
Wait, hold on.
I don't think
What's
we
going
are.
on?
Dude, okay. No, wait,
Oh.
hold on. I gotta think, dude. I
What is
need like.
65?
Give me a stuff.
What was I say? What's 65?
I don't know.
Oh.
You can go.
Oh my god.
That I have no idea. I have no idea what 65 is. I didn't catch it in the beginning. I didn't catch it in the end. I didn't even know Anthony had notes on anything. Like, I have no clue what 65 is.
Yo, this is wild. Oh my god.
Shoot, like we have a number system. We have numbers on each person's name.
Who is
Like,
number
who did-
65?
Jason.
What's the matter, Raven? You all right?
I'm trying to think. I can't think right now because I wasn't expecting that. This is the most I think I've thunk in a long time. What are you two talking about?
Yeah, what is 65?
I only know 69.
Only
Wait,
you,
what is
Raven.
it?
Only you.
What's 65?
Ah,
It's oh man. It's
a magical number.
yeah, it's like well guys, I think this is getting close to the end.
Sure.
Yeah. Jason, if you get a chance to, can make sure that you request me as a one-on-one, please?
What do you think about this, L?
What do I think about Drea?
Yeah.
I
mean, you took her out, so what do you think?
I was thinking.
I took her out.
Got
No.
a little bit.
I never thought Drea was a traitor.
There's no possible way Elle would have taken Drea out because she's taking me out. So it's weird that you would have.
Oh, so you're gonna do that at the end of the chat now, Jay?
I think I messed up. I think I'm gonna do a plot twist. That's what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna try to like like push everyone against L. That's gonna be so messed up.
I'm completely bummed out right now because I know that Jason was talking about me when I jumped on the chat.
So let's go into that.
And it's really ticking me off. I'm starting to take it personally because he went at me hard in the backyard chat last night, and then he just left. We still both had time left,
Yeah.
but he both left. But he just jumped off and left. And it's like I can't tell him that I don't think. Well, it started with he says you're telling people I'm a traitor. I said no. I said publicly when I was asked where my vote was at that I was flip-flopping between Lauren and Jason, flip-flopping between the two of them.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, why are you doing that? Well, I thought we were an alliance. He says, you can't be telling people that. I said, Jason, look what you did with Mike. I said, if you were going to vote Lauren, why didn't you vote the week before with Lauren?
It just sucks because like from a military background, right? Like, and also I don't even believe in zodiac. I just believe in my zodiac, which is a Leo. And I'm like fucking loyal to a fault, you know? Like I'm not sure if you noticed, a lot of the times I stick with the same one-on-one, specifically with Lori, because like she's someone that like throughout the course of this entire ordeal, like I just, even when we interrogated together, like it was very like it was like we were like on the same page, you know, like really just trying to figure out who the traitors are. That's kind of like, there's like this feeling that's like right here, kind of like gas. Like I want to burp it up, but I'm like, no, I'll drink ginger ale, it'll be fine, it'll go away. And like there's a part of me that like really genuinely thinks it is fucking Jason, but it's just like I just bring him up, that hurts.
It does, and what hurts even more is he's just being so abrasive about it. Like,
Yeah.
tell me I'm not a traitor. Tell me I'm not a traitor. I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Jason's coming hard at me, isn't he? I mean, this was a huge risk to go against him because I know how hard he's going to come at me. So I'm hoping it pays off. I think Anthony might be convinced towards the end of that discussion before we got cut off. It sounds like he was trying to get a unified vote against Jason.
Elle was not happy about you bringing that up right at the end. And that
I
cut
know.
off.
That was almost perfect timing. I think that was done very well. But it just does beg the question, like, well, for starters, the number thing got a little crazy, and we were all just sitting there, so we lost a minute and a half trying to, what does this mean or what does that mean? So
yeah. Do you know anything about it?
Just that there's a number, there's throwing numbers out there, and that's a thing. So
Like
I'm sitting here like, if you take 6 minus 5, is that a letter? Like, did that get somebody off the hook, on the hook? That part I have no idea about.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I didn't know if you were a part of that, and totally okay if like you.
All I
didn't
know
want
is
to get involved.
there's numbers out there, and that's got to be something of some kind, whether that's a switch or a turn or a representation of somebody. That's happened before. Hey, remember, and look at the note. Like, and Lori, again, I know you have a little journal and keep notes too. I think most everybody is. Mine's just in my old brain. But Lori has got
sticky note.
everything documented from the very beginning to the very end. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I feel better, worse, or at this point you don't know. Like what?
Yeah, because I can definitely tell that Lori and Anthony are in alliance. That's
sure.
very obvious.
And-
I mean,
I feel very comfortable that neither one of them are traitors. Raven, where are you at with Dar?
Dar's like in the middle for me at this point. But like, yeah, like if I were to okay, so if I were to do it, I would do L and maybe Dar. Yeah, and
We're
like
getting down to that sort of a list. I know.
like now it's at this point because it was like I'm suspicious at this point of L. Like,
And that's me too, obviously. And it's not just for personal reasons. It's just because it's been so all over the place. And the hatred from anybody that voted against Mike that night has stayed consistent.
I have a lot of trust in Jason. I think Jason is a good boy. I don't think he could be flipping like this. But I also understand why he's bringing up suspicions of Dar now.
But you're not a traitor, right, Raven?
I'm not. I'm
You're breaking
literally.
my heart if you're a traitor.
I'm a stressed out faithful, my guy. I am
Me
so
too.
stressed right now.
So
Yeah.
my other thing is that I continue to not be able to keep Dar off of the, like I want to be able to say like Dar's just being Dar. But then like even today or yesterday when he said, well, the reason I voted for L is because I didn't want the traitors to take me out because I want to keep playing. And I'm like, well, wait, what does that even have to do with anything? I would have said, well, L, you keep voting against me repeatedly, so I'm voting against you. And nobody would have thought anything, but he was like, I just didn't want the traitors to take me out. Like somebody told him who the traitor was, and he was like, I don't want them mad at me. I didn't understand that.
I actually thought about it too. Like it is kind of a little suspicious for Dar to vote for L and just have this little bit of a reason. Because now that Drea is out, see, this is the whole point of this freaking rabbit hole, is like they're voting, they're offing a specific person, so we vote a different person. Well, like as in like who is on our radar, who was the last person that was against the last person that got voted out. Hence, Mike and Lauren, and then now Lauren and me, and then I feel like if it's not me, they might go for Dar. I don't know.
Tonight was crazy.
It really was. It really, really was.
I don't know if you was in, but we're literally just talking about that. I was telling them how, because this whole time, I thought Drea was was the traitor or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I was telling them the only people that has my attention right now is Drea and L. And I'm saying if Drea, I told them specifically, I said if Drea leaves, it's L, and if L leaves, it's Drea. But like I said, I could be wrong once again.
Yeah. It makes sense. It totally does. Like, I mean, I don't know though, dude. Like,
because She kind of messed me up. I'm sorry, Elle. I'm sorry. But you kind of messed me up with Drea because I was the only one targeting Drea. You know what I'm saying?
Fill me in on this number stuff, because if it's me, I gotta apparently change my tune.
No.
What did we learn today?
No, it is not you.
Not me, and I hope you never thought it was.
No. I'm like totally like just I'm blown because like the only person left off of my list was Raven because I had said Mike, Drea, and Raven, and I was totally wrong with Mike. But like he convinced me through the interrogation / discussion part,
right?
That he was not a traitor. So I was like, okay, so now I just gotta look at Drea and Raven. And then now the only person left on my original list is Raven. And I'm like, I don't know.
That goes all the way back to the beginning of when she made the mistake.
Yeah.
My
I'm
big
all
thing is,
over the place though.
and same with me. And with that, that's totally different because as you know, now I'm all in with this Elle thing because of how fast and bad she's turned on me. So that was why I wanted to talk to you anyway tonight. And then I know you got the note. So when it comes to you, I like to let you talk more than I do everybody else. I know I talk too much. So just cut me off if there's something you have to tell me. But I know that Elle came and talked to you because I went to her to say, like, what the hell is going on? Are you that upset that I cut Mike out just based on the information I had? Because it just seems like she's on a vengeance to tear me apart ever since I went against Mike. And I know that's where that question came that you asked yesterday about Dar and I. Because I think Elle planted the seed, like Dar and I are in cahoots. And if I'm being honest with you, like I always have, Dar is right there for me on the male side. I don't know what it is that it turned her, but she now is going to each person that has trust in me and saying, like, watch out for Jason, he's shady. And it's like, what have I done that's shady? Nothing. I can't use my personal being hurt by what she's doing right now as the way that I vote. So I need common sense.
Well, yeah, common sense. But see, like, it was just like I was like, and I'll even tell her, like, she's actually the first one to put me on to Lauren. Like, yeah, I may have been duped by Miss L being the good grandma, and I'm
for
the
sure
evil
was
grandma.
like,
'Cause remember
I
when
had to
she-
flat out
when she-
ask her yesterday because I've heard it from multiple people, but I was like, are you telling me you've never said anything negative about me and everybody's making it up? And she said, I only spoke to Lori about you. And I was like, okay, well, I know Lori's honest, so I can ask Lori, but I gave her multiple times to tell me the truth. And I said, there's nobody else you said that to. Well, another person is one of the one me and you were closest to, and I know he's not lying to me.
So Jason's really upset with me, and it was really uncomfortable coming into that chat, and he's talking about me. Well, I didn't have anything to say.
Oh my goodness.
Really upset in the backyard chat and left, and we both had time left because I
Yeah.
wouldn't tell him that I didn't think he was a traitor. I couldn't do it. And I said, we're doing it the wrong way. I said, you keep wanting to throw out people's names, but let's talk about who's not a traitor, who's on the top of your list. And I told him my list, Lori, Anthony, Drea. He says, well, I'm not on your list. And I'm like, right now you're not on my list. I'm sorry. Or that I said Anthony, Lori, and Drea I thought were safe, and then Drea gets voted off. I'm hoping people are thinking about that. I know Raven's not really thinking about anything, so I don't know where her vote's gonna be. She's kind of a wild card. We need her for the final, because she will be our final vote if I can convince Dar to do that. I can make logical sense out of those three. I said the Mike vote, I said you're not on the top of my traitor list, but you're kind of in the middle. I can't say with all my chest that you're not a traitor anymore. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried that he has numbers. I'm worried that he's the loudest person in the room. And this group tends to follow the loudest person in the room most of the time. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. But if I can throw little nuggets out there, like, well, he flipped on Mike, and then he started down the path of Lauren. I didn't start on the path of Lauren. I ended that path because I knew that wasn't going to get me anywhere. But it's going to break my heart if it's going to break my heart either way if Jason's a traitor or not.
Yeah.
What is 60? What is 65? Are you all allowed to share that?
Oh, we were just a number. messing around.
Because Raven went all over the place after you did that. I'm like, what does
Oh.
65 mean? Did somebody have the 65 on their shirt or on their wall? Or
It's crazy. I don't even know what to think. Oh my goodness.
we don't have much time left, but
I know.
we made it to final 6. Final
I
6.
know. Our 15th night. Like, woohoo! Go for the Gamas.
We should be celebrating.
I know. I know. The kids crack me up. They're like, I have them early birds now. Like at 3:30, they're like, Mom, are you gonna cook? Mom, what are we gonna have for dinner tonight? And I'm like, I don't know. What do we want?
Usually when people start talking about personal stuff, they already have their mind made up. So I was a little, that was concerning for me because she wasn't giving me anything.
I was literally, the crazy part is, I was just talking about that. I was telling her because she wasn't in the chat. Oh, he's trying to eat it.
Yeah, what you got? What, you just trying to give me motion sickness here or what, man? All right, go ahead. Because Dar, I want to talk to you. I got to hear from you, man. You know, I'm all in with you, bud. Well, dude, like earlier today. So let me go back to it real quick before you're gonna say what you're gonna say about Dre and L. Do you recall the conversation that L was in, and you were talking with her and somebody else, and L went all in talking shit about me and watch out for me because I'm acting weird?
I don't remember that, but if I was in there, I guess I was.
Okay, and you're not a traitor, right?
No, I'm not a traitor.
You know how many times, man, I've told people like that dude is who he is. That don't make him a traitor.
But if I was, then I don't remember. If I was in a group chat, it was Anthony and L.
I thought you were saying if you were a traitor, you don't remember. I'm like, God damn it, Dar!
No, I'm saying in the group chat, right?
Right. No, not group chat. Like when we had one-on-ones, but it was 2-on-1s the other night, or 3 people. So
yeah,
Elle has never said anything shitty about me, even after we voted off Mike.
Now that you think about it, I think she has, bro.
And so, has that caused you to have questions for me? And if so, please bring them to me.
But there's no. If you are the traitor, that hurt me. But
bro, I'm not a traitor, and I can honestly say the same about you. It's a killer on my mentality and my heart because I think that Dar has lied to me multiple times. But there's a part of me who also believes that Dar has remained loyal to me, and if he's a traitor, he's part of what's kept me around. But I keep catching him in these lies. Or the reality is that the person I'm closest to, as I've said before, Anthony, lied or created something about him, Dar, and Elle being in a conversation that never took place. And I just don't believe that.
Okay, so I have everybody grilling me. What's 65? What's 65? And I'm like, it's a magic number, dude. Honestly, I pulled it out of my ass.
So here's the thing. I think strategically, you and I have the ability to really impact this game because even the traitors are coming to us and be like, oh, so it doesn't matter who it is in the game right now. They're looking to us as to who we're going to vote for or who should be the next target. So it honestly seems like, yes, there are traitors. However, we're impacting.
You doing this, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, I'm a Leo, and I'm loyal to a fault, which can sometimes be blinding. And Lori is someone that she was an original. Like, if you go back in my confessionals, like earlier on, I think I've even expressed to her like the thought of I expressed to Jason how I thought that Lori was just like she's putting on an act, but over the course of time, I just kind of like just really gravitated towards her and started working with her.
Okay, we have Dar 1, Raven 6, L 23, and Jason is 65.
Okay, yeah, Elle was very adamant about it being Jason, and Jason is very adamant that it's Elle. Which is so weird. Raven has a tendency to just start talking and then she just goes in circles. So it seems like she's trying to be helpful, but she's actually not doing anything. There was at a point where I was like, hey, it can never be Raven. But I mean, it's down to 4 people. It taking away us because we're definitely not. So I mean, Raven is up there. Dar is up there. Elle is up there. Jason is up there. Like,
I know.
At this point, they're all fucking traitors. Jason, I know he's gonna ask me. That's what he always. So who are you gonna vote for? Who you think? So I'm not going to. So do you think it's not L or Dar?
I don't know if it's L, and I don't know if it's Dar. We have our numbers, and we'll watch them during the public vote, and then put a number in the chat. And I got you.
Because the public deck is tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Even though sometimes you and Lori make me feel like I'm part of the cool kids group. But it's only like when there's nobody watching. But then as soon as we're within a group, like, no, don't include him. Like, we don't hang out with that guy. That's like what I feel like sometimes. Like the numbers thing. Hey, man, you guys left me hanging on that to where I feel like you're genuinely talking about me. And it's like, what in the hell is even happening? Like,
I think it's Raven, brother.
And I believe that too. I genuinely do. For me, my part is this the time to go with Raven? 100%. You, Dar, and L were in a conversation where L was saying, watch out for Jason or whatever. He's being shady and all that, right? That conversation took place.
Yes.
Okay, another thing that came from yesterday. Then Dar bull-face lied to my face multiple times.
What do you mean?
Because he refuses to admit that he was ever in a conversation with you and L where anything. So I didn't have your permission to say this is what Anthony told me, so I didn't do that. All I said was, Dar, were you in a conversation the other day at any point with multiple people where L was talking shit about me or saying something? And he was like, I don't think I was in a conversation.
So tomorrow I think it's gonna be either me or Jason.
You or Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because Jason's going hard at me. He's going hard.
I was talking to him yesterday, and yeah, he was, but he's the only one though. That's the thing.
Well, I talked to Anthony, and I've kind of convinced Anthony to go with Jason.
I think we need to get this out, honestly.
I do too. But then I talked to Lori, and she was just kind of really wishy-washy. She wouldn't say who she thought. So I thought that was kind of weird. So I don't know if Anthony's playing me or not. He could.
Anthony thinks me.
Say that again.
Anthony thinks me.
Really? He didn't mention you at all.
So when I was talking to Jason, he had mentioned that he think I was suspicious when he thinks.
Jason said that?
Yeah, Anthony said that. I mean, Anthony.
I think he's lying. I think Jason's lying.
Oh.
I do. Because Anthony didn't say any suspicions about you whatsoever. So it's either going to be Jason or me. It's going to be one or the other.
It's not going to be you. I only heard one thing that's from Jason.
I don't know, bro. Like, is it Jason's time to go? Like, I don't know, man. Like,
at this point, I really, after talking to Elle, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't. At first, I did think she was, but maybe she's not. And then I haven't talked to Raven. I haven't talked to Raven yet, so I need to talk to Raven and Lori.
I thought it was L. I no longer believe it's L.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jason. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Raven. I have a one-on-one with her after this.
He was like, oh, but I won't vote Jason, and I trust L. So I was like, okay. I think me, honestly. I don't know. I gotta talk to Raven. I want to kind of interrogate. I don't know, man.
Has Raven given you any reason to think that she could possibly be, or no? Right?
Not at all. I'll be honest with you, not at all. But I'm just, I'm looking at everybody. If Raven don't work out, as I think it is, I'm probably just gonna do L.
Your shirt says daddy.
So when I pick out shirts, I'm like, all right, I gotta make sure that Raven gets to see this.
They make me so happy. It's literally the little things in life that make me the most happiest.
Oh shit! What's going on, Raven?
I've been thinking about everything. Okay, first off, I have to ask, what is 65?
So, Lori and I came up with a numerical number that stands for bullshit. So, if someone is saying something, and I think we should have rethought. I think in the moment we was like, oh, just say 65. Maybe people won't hear it, but apparently everyone fucking heard it. So is this more so like bullshit?
Okay.
Like, oh my god, I didn't say that. 65. It's just like it's
Okay.
it should have came across. We should have definitely not used numbers, but like it's
No, that was like so obvious. Yeah, you guys should have used like a phrase, like the dog jumped over the moon kind of shit.
So I just spoke to Dar. Dar said that he voted for L because he thought that Drea was the traitor, and he wants to stay in the game as long as possible. I don't trust Dar.
I started thinking about that. I don't know. I just started thinking about the whole Dar and L, Jason and L things, and I'm just like, L is just too complacent. I'm curious now about Dar.
I guess L is. I don't see her. I guess I could. At first, I did see her as a traitor at first. You know.
Me too.
Because I think I was hearing things from Jason. I was hearing so much from Jason. I was like, oh, she has to be a traitor, you know? Because, I mean, Jason is someone that, like, he talks and he's like talking at you. And you're like, okay, yeah, he's coming with all this evidence. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm leaning towards more Dar or if I'm leaning towards Jason.
I'm seeing a little bit of a Dar L, Jason L kind of thing.
After Ashley got eliminated, there was still another traitor, right?
Right.
So who out of Dar, L, and Jason is the complete opposite of Ashley?
Dar or L. Okay, yeah, I don't know. It's between Dar or L. I really want to trust Jason. I cannot see him being bad.
Neither can I. So I mean,
Yeah, this is 65, bro. This is some bullshit.
This is straight up bullshit.
This game is so weird.
I mean, as of right now, I'm really leaning towards Dar. Because again, Mike was. What if Mike was right this entire fucking time? Like
Oh my god, I would feel
apologize
so bad.
at the reunion. Like, bro, I'm so sorry.
No, literally, I feel so bad for like him and even Lauren. Like, I mean, Lauren was going after me, and I'm just like, dude, that's faithful against faithful. But like, still, I feel bad for voting people out. Like, even I, in the very beginning, like had like some suspicions about Dar. But I'm like, nah, Dar's a cool one. He's one of the cool, quiet ones. He ain't doing anything. Nick, it's 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm gonna send you this because I went down my rabbit hole, and I think I figured out who the mole is, who the traitor is. Okay, so this is my rabbit hole. Again, there's patterns. I don't know if anyone's ever watched Oppenheimer. If I even said that right. But there is formulas, patterns, and plans behind plans that aren't even planned. That's the best part about like existence, is there's always math, formulas, and patterns, even if you don't try to make them happen. So here is the pattern. But this goes back to when Dar voted for L. Dar voted for L in order to keep the traitors off of his back, quote unquote. And then he was pointing his eyes to Drea. Drea then gets offed, but we don't even get a chance to discuss. We don't even get a single chance to discuss the situation between, the situation between him and Drea. So it's like, okay, well, Drea's gone now. Like, why would we be suspicious of Dar? Like, why would we be suspicious? We have to focus on the other people now because Dar may have been onto something, but apparently he's not. And like, he went completely back in the backs after that. Whether Dar or not planned this was all set up from the very beginning, or from at some point. Again, I'm going down this rabbit hole and I'm figuring this out. It's beautiful. Again, whether or not it's planned, there is patterns and reasons why people are being offed instead of voted, and vice versa, etc. Because if Dar would have voted for Drea, that would have started a huge commotion. Like, I mean, it's obvious, and it's the way that even Dar even expressed it. Like, he doesn't want to start the heat yet. But then she gets offed.
So there was no heat to begin with. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? God, I hope I'm right. This fucking game, bro. There's my rabbit hole. Officially. I've officialized this rabbit hole. It took me fucking 2 hours. I literally woke up and went straight to my sticky notes. Dar is the traitor. Tis the season to find a traitor. La 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 la.
So if we can somehow, some way clear this air and salvage this, I think we're both still okay.
Lori and I already have our kind of like numerical system.
It's between 65 and 6. Oh, like I'm doing the traitor's job for them.
How do you feel? I don't hear you talk enough. You know how I feel.
Well, as soon as I realized he was actually leaving, I thought, man, I got a chance at this.
So let me ask you the same, Dar. Why are you not a traitor?